All right, welcome back for the episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Tuesday, March 12th, 2024. If you've not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Anyways, let's get into it today. So markets here today, having a pretty decent day, all things considered. We did have a little bit of a minor sell in the pre-market off of CPI, and missed my dip buy on a few things by like a few pennies, but either way, we got a nice little bounce. We rolled over here in the morning, and then we ripped higher. We pulled right back to 51.50. Then something happened today too. They really ran over that 0DTE. The Gamma boys got hit pretty hard. 51.50 was a pretty good level, and I was surprised at how quickly we sliced through that this morning. It did end up getting reeled back into the afternoon, but and then we thrusted higher after that, but they definitely ran those guys over a little bit this morning with that move. It was also not just a gamma wall at 51.50, but there was a 618 too, and we just plopped right through that, went up to about the 7.5, and then we kind of rolled over there. Market's still able to stabilize by the end of the day. A lot of this is whipsaw, a lot of this is OPEX stuff. I'm not going to get too excited one way or the other here, but the bottom line is give buy the dip the bias until you get a high volume sell off, until support breaks, right? And did either of those things happen today? Absolutely not. And we've actually retraced more than 75% of the move. So we're above that area. 51.80 is a little bit of resistance here in the short term. That'll be an intraday level for tomorrow. I'm not sure where we're going to open tomorrow, but I believe PPI, by the way, is Thursday, right? Yeah, it is Thursday. So we're not going to have that tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll just have mortgage rates, mortgage index, crude numbers, stuff like that. So nothing too earth shattering. And then Thursday we'll have PPI and jobless claims and retail sales. So Thursday should be the bigger day. I will say though, tomorrow is VIX-piration. A lot of the time we can get a big move, and I'm kind of in the camp that we'll probably get a little bit of backing and filling tomorrow. That's just a hunch here. It's not financial advice. That's just kind of my assumption going into tomorrow. I don't really trust this move at all, given the fact that we are into a quarterly OPEX week. That doesn't mean that I'm not giving by the dip the bias. It just means that I'm still a little leery that they could pull this thing back down and yank it. They did sell volatility ahead of VIX-piration too. That's also a little bit of a red flag. Why did we rally so hard today? Probably because we were up yesterday. I think I told you guys in this video exactly. I said the VIX is kind of, looks like there's definitely hedges. So it's not like the market's not prepared for CPI to come in a little hot. And again, it's not as if it came in at like 3.6 versus 3.1 expected. It came in at 3.2, right? So yes, it does confirm that inflation is sticky. If only there was somebody to tell you that was going to be a thing like 6 months ago, 8 months ago. But yeah, why is the market still rallying? Well, like I said, hedges come off. You get hedges come off, so buy the dippers come in. There's also OPEX too. A lot of people probably bought puts on into the lows, and you're seeing some of that getting shaken out. But additionally, it tells us that the market is still kind of just expecting the Fed to cut rates anyway. Why would they think that? Did Jerome Powell say something last week about essentially not caring about the 2% target? Oh, that's right. He did. He said exactly that. So, again, I can say all this stuff. I can talk macro for hours if you want. I don't want to, but in any case, market's holding up. We're up 1.12%, and we can still go higher. That's really all that matters. We can still go to 5,200, and that may even be a pin job for the end of the week. Notice though, we keep just hitting this upper trend line here, and we keep pulling back off of that. And these pullbacks are getting, we still have the higher lows off of that, but this trend line has been violated like crazy, like multiple times. If you actually look at the Qs, look at where we closed today, right on that trend line. We'll see if that gets backed off of tomorrow. It could be, it could at least make it interesting here. So again, market's holding up. At some point, this does give us at least, some type of a small correction, but, and we may be getting close to that, but we still got to see support fail. We still got to see high volume on the spiders selling. So over 100 million like we did here. This just ended up failing. But again, markets are hanging in there, and you don't want to fight it until it gives you a reason to, which again could be coming soon. Q's up 1.43%. I noticed that Apple tends to, so Apple had a nice bounce today, but Nvidia was stronger, and it was up 7% on the day. Big thrust towards the end of the day, but I've noticed that lately when Nvidia's been on the softer side, Apple's been holding up a little bit better, as has Tesla. So some of the laggards kind of performing a little bit better, like I've noticed, like we've talked about in even other sectors like IWM, XBI, which was down today, ARKK, which was down today, right? Now all of a sudden Nvidia's back up. These sectors are down. IWM is red on the day, right? So the sectors that we've been seeing rotation to, they're taking turns with Nvidia and Microsoft and Meta, right? Notice those names are green, and Amazon, which is green. All those names were red the last 2 days, and now they're green. And now the other sectors that we've been talking about with rotation and in regards to rotation are red today, except for the transports, which I would say is pretty impressive considering the news from Boeing last night. And additionally, I think Southwest dropped guidance down. That took a huge hit, and AAL also taking a hit as well. So let's see if United, United was down, but they came off the lows here. So even despite the jets being down pretty substantially, transports held up. So that was the one kind of outlier sector there. But again, still watching for that rotation. And again, if Nvidia can't take out this high, I would say especially on a weekly close, could be a little bit of a red flag. But anyways, IWM, that held up okay today, down 28 cents. Won't make too much out of it. Bigger time frame is still fine. The Dow had a decent day though today. It's trying to work on a higher high here, so you could make a case now that you had the lower highs and lower lows, but if we just do one of these, you could say, oh, it's just a flag, right? So nothing really terrible or damaging just yet. 395 would still be the target if that wants to inch higher. SMH also had a good day, obviously, because Nvidia did, so up 3.1. And again, we'll see. I'm very interested to see where these close the week, right? Because you have that big tail on historic, basically historic volume, right? The highest volume since, guess when? The October lows. So big reversal there. It's very common to see a retrace when you get a reversal like this. I've been saying here multiple times since Friday. I actually have said it every day since Friday. That's going to be 3 days in a row now, trading days. But a lot of the time when you get this big reversal, a lot of people jump in and say, oh, I'm buying puts here. It's a sell signal. Yeah, it's a sell signal. That doesn't mean that you just short into the hole, though. So they can take this up to 1,000. And guess who's going to get stopped out? All those shorts. And then maybe they drop it down after that once they get everybody off the train. So just something to consider there. Why am I bringing that up? Because I've seen it happen before, right? Where have I seen this happen before? Where has this been? Where has it been? Oh, that's right. It happened on Nvidia before it had a 70% decline. We had a big reversal here, a slight higher high, and we never closed above it on a weekly, and then we just sold off. I'm not saying that has to happen right now, but just watch for that. IGV, that is repairing this move. So nice outside move up for IGV. I think, Oracle had news today, and that made a new all-time high. That helped out big time. I think they made some AI. I don't even remember what it was, but it had to do with AI. Big surprise. But nice move there for IGV, breaking out of that little wedge. And again, we'll see where that closes out the end of the week. But that is definitely better price action here because that was in danger with those lower highs. So good move for IGV. Dow Transport's also up nicely. I like this pattern here on the DJT. So you got a little up move. You're just consolidating sideways, and that's confirming what I'm seeing on the weekly too. So I think the transports are actually pretty decent here. All right, let's get over to rates. So we had an auction today at 1. That was 10-year notes. And there we go. And yields held up. So 10-year got a pretty good bid. Again, one I'm really concerned with right now is the 30-year, and that's holding this trend line, right? So we expected this to hold. I talked about this, and it is, right? So we pushed back up, closed right on the 50-moving average. We'll see if this can continue towards 4.4, 4.42. If we can get back above that and then take this high out, then it can go a lot higher. But right now, this is your big level to watch on the 30. 10s, 4.2. we'll just say 4.2 for right now. The 5-year, I think they had a fake print on it, so that's interesting because that would take you back above all those moving averages. Then the 2-year here is still holding up and holding that green bar on a closing basis, so the 2-year is hanging in there as well. It's not holding up as much as, or didn't get as much of a, actually, well, lately it's been holding up better, but the 10-year had a nice pop today. Anyways, XHB today, up $1.47. Again, still holding trend. So we had 2 down days in a row, and it got a nice pop. It's still holding all the moving averages. There's no problems outside of the fact that we're overbought on the weekly. We'll see if that little doji holds on the weekly close this Friday. VNQ, again, another sector I've been talking about with in regards to rotation. This was red, right? NVIDIA up, Microsoft up, Meta up, SMH up. These rotation sectors down. That's been the theme lately. XLF making new 52-week highs. Did it get to our 41 handle? Yeah, 40.98, close enough. Again, so that would just be a minor level on XLF. And then after that, it's 41.39 and then double top at 41.70. So XLF just still in it. I mean, look at this uptrend. It's just continuing to grind higher. KRE was down today, down 49 cents. Nothing terrible there. KBE, nothing terrible either. And broker dealers here backing off the highs. Again, that's a little top heavy, a little overbought. But again, nothing saying sell on that just yet. Oil down 20 cents. I won't make too much out of that. XLE inside hammer, XOP inside hammer, OIH inside hammer. No problems with any of those. And they still can go higher. They may need to build a little bit more of a base first. CCJ, again, just doesn't want to go down. So, you know, it tried to rally up, it got rejected, and now it's back testing 42 again. I still have a downside bias to 37.50 on this. If you close above that red bar, then things change, but right now, still giving that a downside bias. URNM was actually down 5 cents today, and URNJ was flat or up 7 cents, so nothing terrible on either of those. Nat gas getting hit here, down 3%. This lost the 20 moving average. I'd be careful about this going to pierce that low. That would definitely get attractive down there if we could pierce $1.50 and maybe a little bit lower. But right now, I would just avoid it. I think it wants lower prices. DXY, again, holding our trend line. It's getting a bounce where it should. 103.50 is your next area, then 104. If it takes this out on a weekly close, it's in a lot of trouble. But right now, I'm still kind of favoring neutral to up here on the DXY, at least in the short term. So my prediction on gold today was correct. We have our first red day in the last 10, right? 3, 6, 9, 10. So why did I say that? Because if we got a cold CPI, you've already priced it in. If we get a hot CPI, well, then it should come down, right? And that's exactly what happened. Yields up, dollar up, gold down. So first test here is 21.50. We got very close to it. If it continues lower, 21. And then past that, 20.75. Very simple here for gold. Silver, same kind of deal. Made a new high early and then came back in. 23.50. Look at this. This is easy, right? Look at all these pivots. That's where we broke out of. Look at that's where all the moving averages are. So that's going to be your level. Let me just take this for fun. I'll bet you there's a fib in there too. There you go. There's your 50% fib. Where? Oh, 23.43. So 23.50 area. That's where short-term support is on silver futures. Platinum, inside day, but closed off the lows. Palladium, a green day. I like what this is doing here. Bullish inside bar starting to form, starting to build a base. And that can push towards 11.50 when it's ready. Copper is still holding up as well. So nothing terrible here with copper. If that builds a base, it can work its way back towards 4. So nice little trend line breakout, and it's holding up. Lastly, into the crypto space here. Bitcoin's still holding up. I feel like I say that every day, and that's what it's doing, right? No real problems to speak of. The only red flags, I'll just say it now because it's not even really, it's not a red flag yet, but if we were to roll over and we were to close the week below this pivot high, 69.80, that would be a little red flag. But right now, there's no problems. It's overbought, yes, but that's kind of what Bitcoin does. And the alts are still acting well. So Bitcoin's still hanging in there just fine. All right, so again, spiders, again, another update. I think we'll see some mean reversion tomorrow. A lot of this is premium burn. There's a lot of chop going on. So don't get too excited one way or the other. If we're going to have selling, you need to see it accompanied with volume on the SPY, not just the futures, the SPY. We need to, right now, 5100 is your kind of first red flag area. If we were to break through that, that would probably give us a quick sell to 5080. And then again, you guys know my line in the sand here is 5060. If that gets hit again, I don't think it holds. And I think that would open the door for pretty quick selling, at least in the short run. Obviously, upside 5180 tomorrow. That'll be a little bit of a level depending on where we open. And then, I mean, come on, 5200. Everybody knows that's going to be the target if we continue to inch up. So, anyways, guys, going to wrap it up here. You guys take care. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com. I will see you guys all tomorrow.